smoking, does it invalidate the fasting or not? Scholars actually dispute over whether smoking invalidates the fast or not. And you have two groups of scholars. One group of scholars states smoking is just like thick dust. What's the difference between them? Thick dust means you have particles of dust that are being swallowed. Smoking is what? You have particles of smoke of that charcoal, whatever it is, the tobacco that you're smoking. Same idea, same concept over here. So if the hadith outlaws inhaling thick dust, smoking also falls under that category. Yes, we don't have a hadith that states smoking tobacco invalidates the fasting, but the hadith that talks about dust is good enough. And most scholars today, most maraja', that is their fatwa. But then there's another group of scholars, they're like, no, this is qiyas. You can't compare thick dust to smoke. They're two things. The hadith said thick dust. And I ask you this question, smoke, is it thick dust?
No.
It's not thick dust.
The question is, were people smoking back then? At the time?
No, people did not smoke back then.
Maybe they, yeah.
So this was not something that people actually did. But the first group of scholars, they're like, what's the difference between smoking and thick dust? Same idea. The second group says, no, there's a difference. Thick dust is different than smoke. It's clearly different. Ask the general public, they'll tell you there's a difference between them. So on what basis am I comparing thick dust to smoke? They're not to be compared. Therefore, there's no evidence that smoking invalidates the fast, especially since water vapor does not invalidate the fast. If water vapor invalidates the fast, no one can take a shower in the month of Ramadan. Because when you take a shower, there's water vapor. You can even see it sometimes in the shower. There's water vapor. You inhale it, you can't escape it. But no alim, no marja, no scholar says this invalidates the fast. So smoking is like that. Why are you comparing it to thick dust? So scholars have actually divided on this issue. Most of them say it does invalidate. Some of them, even though they believe, let's say, smoking is haram, but their fatwa is it does not invalidate